Welcome to Sierra Snapshots. I'm your host, Cheryl Noble. Our program takes a guided inside look into the wonders of the Sierra Nevada. There's gold rush history, one-of-a-kind landmarks, charming quaint towns, and spectacular natural beauty. I have the good fortune of living in the foothills in Northern California's Nevada County, where so much of this is right here in my backyard. I invite you to come along with me on a half-hour journey that will educate, inform, inspire, and offers a visually delightful experience. Hi, welcome to Sierra Snapshots. I'm your host, Cheryl Noble, and today we are taking a tour of the fall colors around Nevada City, which is in the foothills of Northern California's Sierra Nevada. And with me today is Vern Taylor. He is a forester and also the director of Nevada City Department of Public Works. Hi, Vern.
Glad to be here, Cheryl.
So glad you're here because you've got a lot of knowledge about our trees. A lot of them aren't native, and we've got a variety of trees.
We have a huge number of trees in Nevada City.
Yeah.
Not only is it the turning point between the oak woodland and the higher evergreen forest, but then we have a huge number of trees that have been brought in by settlers and landscapers and everybody for the last 100 years. So we have a huge number of colors and varieties of trees.
We're starting our tour at Pioneer Park, which is close to downtown Nevada City, and there's a few different places where it catches your eye with the trees, and this is a beautiful place to start and spend the day with kids and dogs.
Yes, it is. Yeah. I spent a lot of time in this park.
Yeah, we got some history about the basketball courts, how they got in, and the Eagles. Let's see, did they plant some?
These trees were planted by my first two Eagle Scouts, and I've worked with 35 Eagle Scouts over the last 16 years. And these are the first two, the McKenzie brothers, and you can see how big these trees are. These were planted in '97.
What type of tree is it?
This is a red flame maple. And
it's yellow, as we can see. Is it going to turn red?
This one probably won't. The ones behind us and the ones that are behind the cameraman here will turn red. They're just starting to. I don't know why this one stays yellow, but it's always amazing with maples. You never know what you're going to get.
I know that they will fall, though.
Oh, yes. They're very deciduous.
Yeah. All right, well, let's take another look and another stopping point for us. Okay, Vern, we're on Boulder Street, just up from downtown Nevada City, and what I like about these trees and the tour too is we're getting some great historic houses that we get to take in and learn about too. So tell us where we are.
Well, we're in front of the historic Marsh House, and Mr. Marsh lived in this area. He had the sawmill across the street, which is my city corporation yard. This is the 200 block of Boulder Street. And so Mr. Marsh lived here in this house. He built two more houses around the corner for his children. Both are about as spectacular as this house. But this just has some very pretty maple trees, and we're just starting to see some colors in them now, and really one of the premier homes in Nevada City.
And are most of these trees brought in again and established because the house is older? Are most of these part of the natural landscape?
No, most of these trees, particularly the ones that are turning color now, are not natives. They were all brought in the 1860s and 70s when people were just starting to become wealthy from the mines and the gold and the timber, like Mr. Marsh. And so they were able to purchase trees from out of the area, and so that's why we have so many beautiful maples and sycamores and lindens and 100 other varieties. I mean, we have an incredible variety of trees in Nevada City because of the wealthy people that lived here.
Incredible. You mentioned your storage yard just across the street, and it's got the scarlet color bush on it. What type of plant is that?
That's a red flame euonymus. And they just turn about as bright a red as any plant can turn.
And do the leaves fall off of bushes like they do trees?
Yes,
do.
those are deciduous.
Okay,
We have
interesting.
other trees there that are bushes that are not deciduous. It'll stay green all year, but the red euonymus, they'll go away here in another week or two.
Glad our timing was good. All right, let's take a look at the tree next door to the Marsh House. Let's take a look. We just walked a few feet over and picked up some walnuts on the ground.
Yes, we had a Frenchman named Felix Gillette that moved here in 1870, and he developed trees, did hybrid trees, did chestnuts, walnuts, black walnuts.
Wow.
Brought in trees from France and then worked on developing hybrids that are suitable for our area. And so we have some incredibly beautiful old walnut and chestnut trees. And maybe we'll stop by and see a chestnut tree on Spring Street that is just magnificent. But all due to a Frenchman coming here in 1870.
Love it.
So, lots of nuts around.
Lots of nuts. And if they fall, what are they, it's past the point of being used?
Yes, yes, these are.
All right,
so they need to be plucked off a little sooner and not picked off the ground.
Later. Okay. Tell us about this dramatic tree behind us.
This is one of the walnuts. This is one of the, this one isn't quite as old as some, but it's a pretty walnut, and I believe that's a dogwood next to us that we're seeing.
Oh.
We have some beautiful dogwoods in Nevada City in the springtime.
And the dogwoods, tell me about them. What they turn yellow?
The leaves in the dogwood turn yellow. They're not known, well, and the one across the street in front of my yard is turning red. But their leaves aren't as beautiful as their flowers in the spring.
Oh, exactly.
And we have so many dogwoods on Broad Street, and you'll see red and white all up and down Broad Street. Just fabulous in the springtime.
Oh, incredible. Okay, on to another location. I made a quick stop at the Tahoe National Forest headquarters, which is close to downtown Nevada City, and I caught up with Kathy Van Zook, who is a botanist with the Forest Service. Thank you for your time, Kathy. Welcome to the Fall Colors.
Thank you.
One of my questions is the process of the colors turning and what makes that happen. I always just think it's magic.
A lot of people think it happens because the weather's changing, and in a way that's true. The yellow colors, the orange and yellow colors that you see on many of the plants, or the trees, the shrubs, even some of the forbs, are carotenoids.
Okay.
And as the days get shorter and the temperatures get a little cooler, the amount of green pigment that's stored in the leaf from the chlorophyll process becomes less. So all of those carotenoids, those yellow pigments that are left in the leaf, start showing.
I see. Okay.
Now some trees, mostly trees that people have planted, not the native trees in this area, will also start showing some red color. The red is not stored in the leaf. It's a chemical process that happens, again, after the plant is starting to go dormant.
Okay.
And those are called anthocyanins.
Oh.
And there are a number of theories about why the plant will expend energy to produce that red pigment. One of the leading theories, because it hasn't been proved yet, is that the plant is trying to ward off insect pests, because there are certain insects that like that amino acid that's being stored in the root systems.
Okay.
And the red color sort of says, don't eat me because I'm bad for you.
Okay.
But that's a theory.
That's a theory.
Now, if I picked these leaves on the same branch of this liquid amber.
And that's the same tree.
Same tree, same branch. So it's also influenced by sunny days and cool nights. So if you get some really sunny days and a nice cool temperature at night, that will help trigger more red production, more red pigment.
Sunny days, cooler nights, which we're kind of into now.
Yes, we've had beautiful weather. There's also a story I thought I'd share with you.
Okay.
Not that I'm a great storyteller, but
yeah.
if you are into looking at the stars at night, some early people believed that the great hunter, Orion, shot the great bear. And when they shot that great bear, the blood dripped down from the sky and changed the colors red. When they put that big bear into a pot, all of the fat from the bear dripped down from the sky and changed the leaves yellow. Isn't that fun?
Yes. Sounds like a good bedtime story, too.
Yeah, if you don't mind hunting.
That's something for sweet dreams, I'm sure. But now, so this is these two leaves from the same tree.
Same tree, same branch.
Same branch, but the process started earlier, I guess.
I think probably this leaf got more sunshine.
Okay.
This one was kind of behind the other one.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, I'm just got a little more knowledge about the changing of and you mentioned something about the native trees versus those that are planted here, and we have a lot that have been brought in by the people who settled here and wanted their own native landscape with them.
And so a lot of people here in the Nevada City area have planted trees that have matured, and there's beautiful color in people's yards. Just driving down Highway 49, you get a nice view with some historical looking buildings in the background, and the color reminds people, I think, of where they came from.
Right, right. Okay, another quick question. We're almost at the, heading to the last week of October. The colors are starting. How long will this go on for us now? What's our period and window of opportunity to capture all of this?
Okay, I'm going to do some weather forecasting here.
Yes, good.
So in this general area, Nevada City, Grass Valley, I've actually heard that the good weather is supposed to go on for a couple of weeks. So the colors here will continue to progress and the leaves will start falling, because another process is that where the leaf is attached to the stem, there's a layer of cells that actually kick it off. You know, it forms and just says goodbye leaf. Doesn't happen to all leaves, but the deciduous ones.
Okay.
So in this general area, I'd say 2 more weeks.
Okay, so it'll take us about middle of November if there aren't any weather changes.
Yeah, if we get a bad storm with wind and rain, the leaves will come down.
Okay.
If you go up higher elevations, you're going to find some areas of the aspen, for example, or the willows that have already changed color and the leaves are off the trees. In some other areas in the drainages, there will be aspen and willow, again in the example, that are still green. So a lot of it depends on the temperatures within that drainage or that particular area.
Okay, great. Thank you for all the information, and I'm looking around the office here. This is a great stopping point for visitors and even residents with trail information, displays of local animals, wildlife, and even the fall colors around here, and it looks like fall in here.
Thank you.
It's great. All right, I'm going to go back out and take a look at some more of the bright, incredible colors.
Thanks for stopping in.
Thank you, Kathy. Our next stop is on Nevada Street, and there's a lot of significance here with regards to history and the homes and, of course, the beautiful trees. Vern, tell us.
These are the premier trees of Nevada City as far as maples. They're the prettiest street, the most maples we have in town in a condensed spot, and some of the pretty most historic homes we have in Nevada City are on Nevada Street. Definitely worth the drive up.
So a lot of these homes were owned by owners of the mine companies here, and so the homes are historic and also lovely.
Very large yards, beautiful big homes, literally the prettiest street in town, in a town filled with pretty streets. Yeah. I'm not prejudiced. Right?
Of course, it is gorgeous, but okay, I just got to pick one leaf here, if it will come off, but this kind of got It's not cooperating. It's like, there we go. Well, first of all, the size got my attention. And all of the variation of colors. There's a soft peach to a pink to vivid green. So this is in the process of turning.
Just turning.
And this one is a little more completed, getting ready to fall off. And what I learned too is that leaves just don't fall off, that many of them have cells right at the tip that pushes the leaf off. So it's a combination of weather and also a combination of the chemical process that's happening.
Temperature is the big thing. The cells start to shrink and they make an actual division line where the cells will shrink up to a point, and that's the breaking line. And it's caused by temperature and timing.
Wow.
So.
This looks like it has maybe another week or so of turning colors and falling.
Yes.
Okay, on to our next spot. Our next stop, we're on South Pine, and what's unique about this house and location is that it combines both a deciduous tree, which a lot of them do, but along with redwoods that are not native to our area either, right, Vern?
That's true. They were both brought in, the coastal redwood and the giant sequoia. And we have some outstanding examples of both those redwood trees here in town. Huge trees that are 6 foot in diameter that were planted here in 1860, and the coastal redwood's the tallest tree in the world. The giant sequoia is the largest tree in the world.
Oh, wow.
So we have both wonderful examples here in town. So besides our pretty fall colors in our maple trees, come see the redwoods too.
The redwoods too. How and this is a maple behind us?
Yes.
Okay.
It's another big leaf maple.
How this thing is huge, large, big branches, big trunk. How old do you think it is?
This one's probably close to 100 years old. This is one of our older, nicer homes in town, and this was planted here a long time ago.
Yeah, and doing well. Again, the trees are just happy here. Even though they aren't native to the landscape, they're happy.
I think that has to do a lot with our 50 to 80 inches of rain we get here.
Right, which certainly helps everything around here. Keeps the area beautiful and green. All right, we're on to our next stop. We were talking earlier about the redwoods that are not native to our area, and they were brought in. We found another one on top of Broad Street that is quite large, and another non-native tree behind it. Tell us where we are and about this tree behind us, Vern.
We're on the top of Broad Street. This is the Aaron Sargent house. Aaron Sargent came here in 1850. He was our first printer, editor of our first newspaper. He became our district attorney. He went on to be a U.S. Senator representing California, our first citizen senator from California.
Wow, yeah.
So this house has a lot of history behind it. It also had its landscaping start in the very beginning. As you can see by the size of our giant coastal redwood behind us, it is about the biggest tree in town, and is relatively young. Our coastal redwoods can grow to be 360 feet tall and be hundreds and hundreds of years old. And this one is working on its second century and is still considered a baby. So you can see the size of it.
Oh, gosh, it's a little intimidating, I think. Tell me about the tree behind, which is very unique looking.
The tree behind it, I believe, is a Port Orford cedar, and it's the only one I know of in the county. And again, it was brought in 100 years ago and planted here. And outside of being in Oregon and Washington, I've never seen one anyplace else.
Wow, very interesting. As you said, a variety, over hundred different types of trees.
Yes, they're everywhere.
I should say of the non-native type, but we are blessed with trees around here. And I want to mention where people can get a list of places to go to, and that is for their Fall Colors tour, a little drive and a little outing. You can get a list of all the places to go to at the Tahoe National Forest, the headquarters, which is on Coyote Street near downtown Nevada City. You can also pick up a list with good information at the Nevada City Chamber of Commerce. right?
That should do it.
That should do it.
Come
Okay.
visit.
We found a picturesque spot to close out the program. This is just around the corner off of Nevada Street, and a stunning tree that is in full color and also falling. What are your closing thoughts,
My
Vern?
closing thoughts is your show is about over and my work just begins as I get my street sweeper and start cleaning up the leaves.
Is there a stopping point with the leaves? I mean, once it looks raked, then you come back out and...
Right around Christmas, I think the last leaves stop falling, so we have a busy fall for a
Right.
small crew.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is our job starting now.
Oh, aren't they good for composting or something?
Oh, yes, we take them to organic farms in the area.
There you go.
So yeah, they don't get wasted. They
Yeah.
get turned into compost.
Yeah, great. What type of tree are we sitting under?
This is another red maple, and there's 100 varieties of red maple, but this is one of the most spectacular in the town.
Yes, very established, large, and how old do you think it is?
Probably 30 to 40 years.
Yeah, it's nice. 30 and 40 years of leaf raking up.
Yes.
Oh gosh, all right. So thank you so much, Vern. Thank you for being on the program. Great information, and hope lots of people come to our beautiful
I hope they
Nevada
do.
City.
I love showing off Nevada City.
Yeah, great. All right, I'll let you get back to leaves. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time on Sierra Snapshots.